Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. This week, the government and mainstream media have done everything that they can to calm your fears after the second and third largest bank failures in American history occurred in just a matter of days. Any American who really pays attention is aware there's nothing sustainable about the way the West has been operating. Here in the United States, we've been living well beyond our means for far too long, carrying 10 years worth of revenue in debt alone, and everyone just pretends like it doesn't exist because fiscal responsibility has become, well, tiresome. A new generation of politics has arrived now, the modern monetary crowd. Print as much as you want, you're entitled to everything. Right now, the city of San Francisco is debating giving $5 million to every black resident in a massive American city. And we have no intention of slowing any of this down unless something makes us. And there's a decent chance that something is arriving now in the form of a full-blown financial meltdown, which your government is trying to avert by effectively taking over the banking system and implying the American government, $30 trillion in debt already, will guarantee every single deposit for every single American, which many, including billionaire Ken Griffin, see as the beginning of the end of capitalism in this country. The goal, of course, nationalizing all our banks on a whim, is to prevent bank runs when masses of frenzied people all storm their banks and pull all their cash out. Cash the banks simply don't have because they invested the money somewhere else to make even more money. What we've seen the last few days, was a full-fledged operation to try and keep you calm.
Look, the bottom line is this. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe.
What I do want to do is emphasize that the American banking system is really safe and well capitalized. It's resilient.
What I'll say about the banking system overall is it's more resilient.
There is not systemic risk in the system, that their deposits are safe on the whole.
You can really trust them. Operation Keep You Calm appeared to work, at least briefly. Joe Biden and Janet Yellen quickly guaranteed all deposits for the almost exclusively wealthy liberal customers of Silicon Valley Bank, where more than 90% of accounts are over $250,000. So don't worry, they're going to be just fine. But Biden's shockingly quick action to protect his wealthy donor base calmed nerves for only a matter of hours. Bank stocks that had plummeted did recover earlier this week, but nothing really changed. The problem still exists. After 14 years of artificially suppressed interest rates, we have an inflation disaster in this country, and rates have skyrocketed in response to it, and they're going to have to continue to rise because the current 6% inflation is not sustainable at all. Just because we were at 9 doesn't mean 6 is good. But they don't want you to realize that, of course. The key in all of this, keep the plebes calm. Tell them anything. Lie about the health of the economy if you have to, which, of course, people in power do all the time. Credit Suisse is the next bank sitting on the verge of collapse right now. The stock has plummeted over the last 10 years and really shot down in just the last couple days. A much larger, much more important bank than Silicon Valley is Credit Suisse. Close to $1 trillion in assets as of last year. Credit Suisse sits on the Global Systemically Important Banks list, a list you probably didn't even know existed. One of only 30 banks in the world that is that systemically important to be on the list. Credit Suisse is a very big deal. Economist Nouriel Roubini, who predicted the 2008 market crash, saying this about Credit Suisse earlier today.
In the case of Credit Suisse, we're speaking about at least 700 billion. So anything will happen to Credit Suisse will be of systemic effect for not just the European financial system, but also for the global financial system.
A systemic effect for the global financial system. If Credit Suisse collapses, he's implying there could be some kind of a domino effect. So that's obviously a frightening soundbite for anybody worried about the world economy, and we should all be worried about that. The question is anybody actually surprised by any of this? Did anybody really look at the behavior of the West, the behavior of the United States, and not see something really bad coming economically? We don't live in reality, after all. In 2020, American companies donated $83 billion to Black Lives Matter, a story we reported last night. Close to 80 million of that came from Silicon Valley Bank. Our budgets are now several trillion more than revenue every single year in this country, and now our federal government has just implied it will guarantee every single American bank deposit, which, by the way, is a number around $20 trillion, a number so ungodly you can't even fathom it. Nothing about the way this country behaves implies any kind of stability. Why would we expect it to be stable? And that's why they're screaming loudly that everything is so fine, because everything is not fine. It's not fine at all. Just a reminder, when inflation spiked a year ago, here's what the people who didn't see it coming all sounded like.
Transitory inflation.
It's transitory.
Transitory.
It will be transitory.
They're transitory.
Transitory. Transitory.
Transitory. Transitory. Transitory. Transitory.
Had Yellen in there too. Transitory. She didn't see it coming, then it was transitory, and now it's a full-fledged disaster. But don't worry, right now she says everything's fine. And now the United States and much of the West have found themselves in an impossible predicament. Either abandon the fight against inflation to save the banks or keep raising rates. Either option could lead to a full-blown meltdown.